Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Sidki bin Muhammad Naim. So in this video, I will be presenting my individual assignments with the topic selected Islamic finance principles, practices, and current developments in Malaysia. So here are the table of contents, which we will consist of three agendas, which is principles of Islamic finance, the practices, which is we will look at some Islamic contracts, and then the current developments in Malaysia. So the main principles of Islamic finance are the prohibition of riba, or generally known as interest, the prohibition of gharar, uncertainties in agreements, prohibition of maisir, which means gambling, the concept of risk sharing in partnerships, where involved parties share the profits and losses. And the fifth one is regarding Islamic philanthropy, where it is a concept under it comes the practices of zakat, waqaf, and sedekah. So we will move to the practices. We will look at the examples of some Islamic contracts. The first one is murabah. As we said, the principle Islamic finance is we want to avoid riba or interest. So the move is to move from lending-based contract to sales contract. So one of the example is murabah, where it is a sale with markup costs that will be paid by customer in deferred payments, and stated by policy document of the Central Bank of Malaysia. Murabah contract is a type of trust sale contract under Sharia in which the purchaser relies upon the integrity of the seller to acquire the desired Sharia compliant asset at a reasonable cost. So we move. So the next Islamic contract is musyarakah, which means the literal meaning is sharing. It is a form of partnership where two or more individuals combine their capital or labor to share the profits, enjoying similar rights and liabilities. Next would be mudarabah. It is a deal where investors entrust the capital to an agent manager, or which we call mudarib, and who will be trading with it, and then without delay return to the investor the principal and previously agreed share of the profits. As a reward, the mudarib or the agent will have the remaining shares of the profits. This is in accordance with the concept of risk sharing in Islamic finance. The next one, sukuk, as it is a alternative to the conventional bonds, which it is stated conventional bonds, they are mere debt instruments. Meanwhile, sukuk, they are a certificate of ownership backed by underlying assets. And sukuk can be used in various contracts, which are ijarah, musyarakah, and mudarabah. So we move to the third part of the research, the current developments in Malaysia. Malaysian Islamic finance ecosystem can attract more investments. This falls under the business opportunities that can be provided by Islamic finance. Second one, Malaysia remains the largest sukuk market globally, which means Malaysia is practicing sukuk as one of the important financing mechanism for projects instead of using conventional bonds. The next one is development of waqaf assets. Malaysia, through the agency of Department of Awqaf, Zakat and Hajj, has developed many waqaf assets, including the Menara Bank Islam and a lot more examples. And then one of the developments in Malaysia is the utilization of zakat funds for microfinance, which the Alliance Bank, one of the banks in Malaysia, Alliance Islamic Bank, has launched the first microfinance assistance program in Malaysia using zakat funds. And also some states religious councils are also having their own microfinance assistance program for micro entrepreneurs, so that they can be assisted uh, by capital for their businesses. This in turn will contribute to the Malaysian economy. So we have come to the end of my presentation, which is for my recommendations is Islamic financial institutions need to play bigger role, not just in avoiding riba-based contracts, but also to advise consumers into not getting into more debt commitments. Next is more Islamic banks and financial institutions need to initiate the microfinance assistance program as to further promote financial inclusion, so that all the layers of society will benefit from the wealth distribution. And finally, cooperation of all parties to further boost financial inclusion, as the Central Bank of Malaysia is already compiling a strategy for a framework to achieve financial inclusion. So my conclusion for this research is Islamic finance is experiencing a prosperous state in Malaysia. So, but however, there is always room for improvement, and this is further asserted by the commitment of Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, who allocated 100 million ringgit for the innovations of Islamic finance in Malaysia. So I hope that this presentation is beneficial, and I hope that Islamic finance will continue to prosper in Malaysia, and Malaysia will be leading the global market to further progress Islamic finance as an alternative financial system. Thank you very much.